Time now for our next level talents, an opportunity to talk to former high school athletes from Kansas that are now competing at a college or university in the state of Kansas. And our next guest is Mason Belcher, a member of the University of St. Mary men's basketball team and out of Maize High School. Hey, Mason, appreciate you coming on the show. For you, like as a senior, like what does that mean for you being a senior in college now?
I mean, it's felt like a long journey at this point. I mean, being here in the same program for 4 years, I mean, I've definitely seen a lot, gone through a lot. Uh, as a senior at this point, it just feels a little surreal. But I mean, best I can do is lead my guys and share my experiences with my teammates and my younger teammates, to make sure that we carry it on in the right path once I'm gone.
How much more comfort does that bring you just being, in your fourth year at St. Mary, like compared to, go back 4 years ago?
I mean, just being a senior, like with my game, like I know I've been here, I've been doing this a long time, so I feel like a lot more comfortable against who I'm going against, yada 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 stuff with that. I mean, as a freshman when I got here, I knew my role was to shoot and pretty much that. And I feel like as time's gone on, I've been able to expand that role and do some other things.
What are some of those other things that you've been able to kind of expand your game in college?
I think personally, like my biggest thing is like I've worked on my guarding, because when I first got here, like defense, that was probably my biggest weakness point. So I had some my coaches in my ear on that, worked on getting better at that, and just a little bit more of that physical side of the game.
Anything that stands out as far as advice to get better at defense that has helped you out at the collegiate level?
I mean, being quick with the feet, always move those feet, and then watch them shoulders. That's going to tell you where people are going, not that ball.
You go back to Maze. Like, what was it growing up and competing in the Maze program?
I mean, before I got there to Mays, they hadn't really done much with the basketball program. And then once I got there and a few other guys that were there with me, we were able to have some good success there. We won a state championship my junior year, and we took third my senior year. So, I mean, it was just a great experience. I got to play with great players, great athletes. Some don't even play basketball no more, just some other sports. But yeah, I mean, Mays is just great coaching, great players, great people, and it's made it easy.
What stood out about that junior year and that state championship you guys were able to win in 2021? Anything that stands out about that team?
I mean, we just obviously had some dogs. I
Yeah.
mean, a bunch of D1 guys for other sports: Avery Johnson, Jaden Gustafson. We got some Kyle Grill. We had Jacob Hanna, who was at Washburn last year. We just were honestly really loaded, and that made it easy to play together. Just we'd all been playing together for a long time too, so we all meshed together well. The ball found each other, and no one was ever really mad if someone else was taking the shot, stuff like that.
What are the rivalries like in the Wichita area? Like, what is it like, being from Mays and playing to say like Mays South?
Yeah, May South is obviously always that big one, same city and everything. We always had one with campus too. That was kind of one that no one really thought about or expected, but being two of the top two teams in that Wichita area, we were always going at it with campus, and that was always a fun one. So,
At what point in your high school career did you kind of realize that you wanted to play college basketball? Was that always a hope?
so I was always a baseball player growing up. I played since I was 3 years old, all the way through high school, and then I started playing basketball in seventh grade. Worked on it. I was in the gym all the time, always going to the YMCA after school and stuff like that. So I think once I hit that sophomore year and I really saw that jump between my freshman year and my sophomore year, just seeing what I could really do and seeing how the game was coming a little bit more naturally to me, I think that's when I really changed that mindset. And then, yeah.
So any possibility you'll lace up the cleats and go to baseball someday?
Uh, Probably not.
No?
I'm
Okay.
a little too old for that at this point, but it's definitely always been a thought or a want to be able to do every once in a while. So,
Choosing the University of St. Mary to play basketball, what went into that thought process for you?
uh, I'd say the recruiting process. Coach Brown recruited me personally, and so just seeing that head coach recruit me, felt like he really wanted me here. He traveled and watched me play a couple of times. He watched me play in Iowa and KC in my AAU and stuff like that when I was playing for Mocan. So yeah, just the recruiting process and making me feel like it was going to be a home here really is what ultimately made me make that decision.
Making that jump from high school to college, I know there's some obvious differences, but what were some of the welcome to college basketball moments for you, like that freshman year? Anything that stands out?
I mean, definitely like what Reek was saying, that speed of the game is definitely a lot faster up here in the college level. You got to be a lot more aware of what you're doing the next play, stuff like that. But I feel like I was around basketball enough and around the right people in my college or my high school in my early days that I had like an early jump on being able to understand some things. So I feel like that made it easier for me to make that adjustment and that transfer from high school to college.
Who are some of the best players that you've faced so far in your years at St. Mary?
Ooh, some of my best players. Thatcher McClure back at Tabor was really good my freshman and sophomore year. He was always one that I was going against, being my same age, being a freshman when I came in. He's one that I've always remembered. And then honestly, June Murdoch from K-Dub, that he had that ball on a string. He always made the right play. I'd probably say those are probably two of the top guys from a couple different positions that we've seen.
Mason, appreciate the time. Best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it.
That is Mason Belcher, a member of the University of St. Mary's basketball team and out of Maize High School for our next level talents.